What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Online Game Show. My name's AJ Gels. How y'all doing? We are back with Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, The Black Order. There we go.
Greetings, fellow warriors. What sayest thou?
I think you call in extra help from Asgard Thor.
Father chooses not to meddle in the affairs of mortals. On that matter, we do not see eye to eye. 'Tis my belief that any who pray to the gods deserve to have their pleas answered.
Just gonna run through, grab some conversations. I think we saw the future, and it didn't look good.
I've seen my fair share of dark futures. What I have learned is that no fate is sealed until we choose it to be. If the ending you saw is not the one you desire, then we will fight for a better one together.
Alright, let's see what Cap's got to say.
What's on your mind, soldier?
Prison breaks, Infinity Stones, even with all these heroes together, it still seems like too much to handle.
That may be true, but a war is won by fighting one battle at a time. As long as we have each other's backs along the way, victory will stay within our reach.
Nice work, soldier. But the mission's just begun.
Looks like Thanos isn't alone in his quest for the Infinity Stones.
Apparently, we're not the only ones who've gathered a team. Intel from the Nova Corps identifies his crew as the Black Order. Some of the most vicious warriors in the known universe. And if they serve Thanos, then you already know where they're headed.
If they get the stones, well, I guess we just saw what happens. How do we prevent that horrible future?
Find the stones before they do. We've secured 2 of them already, so that's a good start. But it won't be enough. And I can guarantee that we aren't the only ones who noticed their arrival. Every villain from here to Wakanda is probably trying to claim their power by now.
So what's our next step?
SHIELD needs to coordinate with Alpha Flight and strategize a defense effort for when Thanos and his goons make planetfall. They'll need the director on deck for that, which means you're gonna have to handle the search for the stones without me.
You sure we can do this, Nick?
Fought a lot of battles in my day, and only dreamed of having an alliance like this one backing me up. If this team can't handle the mission, no one can.
Alright, there we go. I was gonna wonder how long that little conversation is gonna keep going. Come on, game, you can do it. Okay, interesting. I figured it would just keep, the tips would just keep going, but eventually they just circle around. There we go, last 10%.
Took you long enough. Good thing I charge by the hour. If my sources are right, we don't have any time to waste.
Did you really locate one of the Infinity Stones?
I got a tip that the Kingpin acquired some sort of amped up crystal. Can't say for sure it's one of yours, but chances are good.
The Kingpin?
Wilson Fisk? Legitimate businessman by day, corrupt criminal overlord by night? That guy.
Where is Kingpin hiding the stone?
Well, he's not at Fisk Tower, which means he's probably holed away in that weird fortress of his, Shadowland. Just look for the ancient ninja temple on top of a skyscraper. You can't miss it.
Great work, Jessica.
You know me, I just love the superhero stuff. Sorry, gang. I've got another lead to follow up on. I'll meet up with you a bit later, but I'll stay in touch just in case, okay?
Did I mention that the ancient ninja temple is guarded by actual ninjas? If not, I probably should have.
You know, I gotta say, I know absolutely nothing about Jessica Jones. I've had a few people tell me that the Netflix series was actually pretty good. But you know, I'm not gonna lie. In all honesty, the only one of the Netflix series that I really enjoyed was Punisher. I mean, Daredevil was okay. It just I got.
By now, but the Hand's ninjas have a tendency to appear out of nowhere. Iron Fist says it's some sort of magic mumbo jumbo that lets them materialize out of thin air. Whatever it is, they're sneaky little jerks, so watch out.
Oh, what was I saying? Right, of all those Netflix series, yeah, I gotta say, my favorite was The Punisher. I thought that was the best show out of any of them. Nothing against Daredevil. I thought Daredevil was actually enjoyable. It was fun to watch. I will give it that.
Rooftop, that means the Hand knows we're coming. Stick to the shadows or you'll never make it to the temple. At least, not in one piece.
We've got incoming.
I mean, in all honesty, though, I don't think I actually watched the third season. You know, the final season of Daredevil. I know I saw season 2 that introduced Frank Castle and the Punisher. But yeah, I mean, I didn't even bother watching the third season. I do gotta say, I enjoyed Iron Fist, but it was one of those that,
You've been made. Why not just announce you're here?
yeah, because stealth is not my strong suit. Oh, son of a bitch. But yeah, either way. I don't know. I thought Iron Fist was well done, and I know that's a not very popular opinion. I thought the fight scenes were good. I enjoyed Danny Rand and all that, but yeah. Honestly, after that, I don't even think I finished the first full season of Iron Fist. Now that I think about it,
My path was quicker and easier than yours.
how did the Kingpin's ninjas know we were coming?
While I waited for you to get here, my fellow defenders went ahead inside. For some reason, those guys just can't resist all this stupid ninja crap.
Ninjas are awesome. You don't really seem to like the super team type.
Oh, I'm not. Spandex is my arch nemesis. But someone's got to keep the streets safe for normal people while the other heroes are busy fighting giant squids on the moon or whatever.
How do we get into Shadowland?
The temple's on high alert. That's on us. The Hand already sealed off the main gates. But I think I can remedy that.
Sensors didn't pick that up.
Impressive as always, Jess. You gonna tell me how you got through all that without getting caught?
Nope. Gotta keep the mystery in our relationship alive somehow, babe.
I hate to ditch, but I just got an emergency call from a client who pays a lot more than you. Get inside and meet up with the defenders. They'll help you handle it from here. I hope.
Level up.
God damn, I keep talking, then we keep getting small little cutscenes, small little bits of dialogue. Yeah, I was talking about the Marvel Netflix series. Yeah, I really didn't watch all of Iron Fist. I didn't watch Jessica Jones. I've been told it's good. I probably do need to go back and check it out. But yeah, still Punisher, still my favorite. All right. Sorry for that weird cut.
Another anomaly for us.
In all honesty, didn't feel like doing that trial. It was one of those like, oh, you have to use your synergy attacks to do more damage, but everything else does jack crap. Problem is, I don't know really how to set up those synergy attacks.
Knowing him, he'll probably want to stand back.
Oh, there we go. I just dealt one. But I mean, using Star-Lord's move and then everyone else's, it wasn't work. It wouldn't work. It would take too long, and I didn't feel like wasting that much time on a side activity.
As much as I appreciate a timeless weapon like yours, I prefer an immortal one like mine.
Living weapon, mystical origins. I missed that last bit.
That was a good warm-up, but the real challenge still lies ahead.
What is the delay?
Okay then. This would be a good time to surrender.
I have you in my sights.
Spider-Man's move where he jumps up in the air and does that, that web bullet would be pretty cool. Or it would be a lot better if he had a little bit, if he angled it a little bit more outwards. I get it's supposed to hit the guys that he recently just kicked up in the air. But, you know, I don't know, sometimes they're too close and you can't hit them. Sometimes, you know, they go down off the strong hit. So, you know, all that's left is everyone else is running around. I don't know. It would be nice to see him angle if they would have angled that attack a little bit more. You know, overall, after you know, from playing this game as much as I have, I don't know, maybe because I'm not far enough or whatever. I'm gonna be honest. Again, it's what I said in the last video. This game just doesn't have the charm that Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2 had, at least with me. Because the thing I loved about Ultimate Alliance 2, while it was an action game, it just, to me, it felt there were cool RPG elements to it. There was, I don't know, I love the hubs and the side missions and talking to all the heroes. And this, it just kind of feels like a chore.
They chose a violent path. They reaped what they sowed. Been training for this my whole life. It's always nice to have a few extra allies in the eternal war against evil.
What happened to the rest of the defenders?
Me and Daredevil. He went ahead into the temple, but the Hand ambushed me and sealed the gate before I could follow him.
How do we get the gate back open?
I wish I knew. As you saw earlier, I have a way with doors. Not even the full might of my iron fist could break through this one.
What do you think the Hand are after in all of this?
The thing they've
after for centuries. Power. They may see the Kingpin as the best means to gain it right now, but ultimately, the only master they serve is themselves.
Should we get back into the fight? But yeah, I mean, it just, the areas seem watered down. Combat, to me, just...
Unless we find a way to open this gate, our journey ends here.
Yeah, I mean, combat to me is just really bland. I don't know, even the characters really haven't...
This one is the White Tiger of the West, a classic.
I mean, even the characters really aren't doing anything for me. I don't know why the hell they're attacking, but whatever.
Black Turtle of the North. Here's the Vermilion Bird of the South in all its glory. I recognize this. It's the Azure Dragon of the East.
There we go. Yeah, like I was saying, it's just... It's one of those things that I have trouble putting my finger on. It's just, I don't know. Maybe I was expecting a more nostalgic experience. Or maybe it's because I just don't like superheroes or Marvel as much as I used to. Maybe that's what it is. I'm not sure why. I'm just kind of sitting here going, meh. It just feels like a generic action game that's biggest draw is the fact that you can make a team of superheroes of, you know.
Pretty spectacular, huh?
Oops. You know what I'm getting at. It's just like, oh, the best thing about this game is that you can make your team of superheroes. Like, I'm not saying it's a bad game. I mean, it's good. It's well made. I mean, it's... You know, I mean, it's a perfectly fine action title. It's just, I think it's rather generic. Excuse me. Defender of Hell's Kitchen, Blind Justice. I get it.
You're welcome to follow me. But watch your step.
Ha, cute.
My radar sense gives me an advantage, letting me sense where their triggers are. Your safest bet is to let me or another teammate who can detect danger lead the way.
I'm just gonna be Spider-Man. Yeah, like I was saying, I mean, this game's good. It's just, it feels awfully generic to me. It's like I said, this is one of those games that's gonna cater more towards fans of Marvel more than anything else. Because like I said, I personally don't see much of what drew me in about Ultimate Alliance 2. But again, it's been one of those. It's also one of those that I'm sitting here thinking it's been years since I've played Ultimate Alliance 2, so I'm not actually sure if, you know, what's in my mind is, you know, a situation where I'm just remembering something fondly. Damn it. I was gonna throw those. Oh, it's Daredevil. Never mind. There we go.
One this time. I'm ready to present my case.
I get it's the whole. It's a lawyer joke.
We can't stop now. There's no telling what the Kingpin has in store.
Whatever he's protecting must be important. The Hand is everywhere. How do we fight them?
With everything we've got, don't worry about holding back. Hand warriors are cursed, so they can't ever really die. They always come back, time and time again.
Oh, you get it? It's a way to explain why we can hit them as hard as we want and even stab them, but they don't die. No wonder their army seems endless, can we?
Some sort of chanting. Sounds almost like a ritual. And that smell. Something or someone strangely familiar.
Could it have something to do with the Infinity Stone?
Whatever evil the Hand is invoking can stay in hell. I'll send you there to greet it instead.
Cold-blooded assassin trying to change a little.
The beast is coming.
Okay.
Its vessel.
From your bones.
Come on, man. Is that really all you got?
She's cycling power from the Hand mystics. If we take down the first time, perhaps we can cut off her supply.
Yes.
Think that's one of them down. Not sure how many more of the mystics are. I think there's only one. Yep.
That's one more.
Make your peace.
Aw, but my ultimate move wasn't done. Grab energy, some health orbs. Yeah, keep hammering. I see. This is what I'm talking about when I just say so generic and simplistic. It's just there's no strategy that goes into this. Yeah, you get certain buffs or whatever for having certain characters, but it really doesn't even matter in the end of the day. I mean, really, it's just attack, 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 and just throw in the occasional dodge to keep yourself from dying.
The Hand will pay for what they've done. In blood. Help me if you like. But stand in my way, and I promise that your fate will be the same as theirs.
Okay. She seems a tad upset.
I can tell you have a question.
Can Electra be trusted?
I ask myself that a lot over the years, but I've always found that she makes the right choice, even if she takes a longer, deadlier road to get there.
That's only mildly reassuring.
I'm afraid it's the best I can offer.
That was some bad mojo. My chi is totally out of line.
What are the Hand Mystics doing?
Best guess? Tapping into a dark spiritual energy in an attempt to manifest it on our plane, offering their own souls as sacrifice.
Will they come back like the other Hand Ninjas?
But I don't think anyone comes back from that.
You should never have come here.
Shouldn't you be thanking us for freeing you? What was that anyways?
Deals in arcane magic that dates back to the dawn of civilization. They worship a primordial beast that wishes to drag the world back to those darker days.
And that ancient beast, it possessed you?
Mystics restored me to life once, long ago. That process must have made me an ideal vessel for their enchantment. If only I had killed those mystics sooner. A mistake I won't make again.
Why were you here in the first place?
For the same reason as you. To stop the Kingpin from crushing the city beneath his fist. Our goals are aligned, even if our methods are not.
You can say that again.
Already said enough.
You know, here's another thing. That scene, you know, with Electra, you know, it got all, you know, really the entire point of that scene, the entire, you know, us running into her or whatever, her showing up, it's literally just to introduce another character that we can bring onto our team. That's really all this game has been doing this entire time. Each time we meet a new character, each time we have to go through something else to get to the end of the level or the sequence or whatever.
There, an exit from this infernal cave.
All of these characters, there's no reason for why they're showing up. There's no reason for the fights we're getting into. It's just the entire purpose of it is to introduce a new character. It's what I was saying earlier of how this game lacks the charm that I think the earlier, or at least Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2 had, where I feel like Ultimate Alliance 2, yeah, for the very opening bit was introducing a lot of characters and whatnot just to give you the base groupings, but
Getting the sense that these walls might not be as solid as they look. Check for secret passages.
end of the day, to me it felt like what Ultimate Alliance 2's goal was narrative. You know, it was actually a good story. It was enjoyable. The characters were done well. Like I said, I mean, they did a lot with the whole Civil War storyline and everything.
Could anyone else use some fresh air?
But yeah, I mean, it was way more. Yeah, it did things, I think, from a more narrative perspective than what this game has. Which this game, the entire point of this game is like, oh, just here's a bunch of superheroes, make a team and go basically play a beat 'em up. I don't know, maybe I'm expecting too much out of this, but again, it feels, yeah, and it just feels lazy to me.
These weapons could prove quite useful in the right hands.
That was just a warning. Leave now to learn why a bullseye never misses.
Hired assassin with deadly aim makes a killing. Ha! Really? They bring in Bullseye and just have him steal Gambit's bit?
That's because anyone who would know is dead. I'm right at home here in the Kingpin's little museum. After all, I make killing an art.
I mean, honestly, when we kind of like ran into him there and, you know, a playing card was thrown at us, I honestly thought it was Gambit. Well, I guess because it didn't have the whole kinetic energy thing, I guess I should have been obvious that it wasn't Gambit, but whatever. You gonna start throwing those swords at us?
Die already.
Allow me to assist you.
You know, sorry, voice cracked. You know, I'm sitting here thinking, you know, of all, you know, they've brought in Spider-Gwen. You know, we saw Miles, we have Peter.
You won, but you really missed the mark. When the big man gets done with you, you're gonna wish you'd let me put you out of your misery.
Something tells me the Kingpin didn't put his latest acquisition on display. If we want the stone, we'll have to find him first.
Let's get moving.
What was I saying? You know, we have all these, you know, classics. You know, classic. You know, we have all these Spider-Man characters. But the one that I really wish we had here was Peter Porker.
These have anything to do with those statues we saw earlier?
Don't look at me. Iron Fist.
Great. Here come more of the Crimson Ninjas of West Midtown.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I absolutely love Peter Porker and Into the Spider-Verse, but I also generally like jokes, so. God, that guy was funny. Although, I mean, he was voiced by John Mulaney, so, yeah, what do you expect?
Level up.
And that's all of them. Alright, I'm going up here to take out these guys throwing bombs at me. Maybe I should have been smart enough and done that before, but meh. There we go, they're down.
I have you in my sights.
Level up.
There we go. I'll take confusing, nonsensical side-scrolling beat-em-ups for 1,000, Alex. Seriously, what's the point of making this?
Yeah, but I prefer walls I can use to my advantage, not ones I can kick straight through.
What was I saying? I don't know. I hate it when you know, like new games that happen in like 3D environments suddenly do that. Oh, we're gonna put everything into the 2D side-scrolly sort of style for you. You know, it's an homage to older games. No, either just do what you've been doing, or stop it. I get there's people who like side-scrolling beat-em-ups, but I don't know. I just don't think they, you know, unless you're gonna go full-on, you know, Double Dragon, just leave me alone.
Just make an appointment.
Reputable businessman, or so he claims.
A shame that the only currency your kind seems to understand is power. Fortunately, I recently obtained a surplus. Shall we get down to business? I climbed from the gutters of Hell's Kitchen to the top of the world. Now, with this crystal enhancing my power, this city will belong to Wilson Fisk.
Come on, man. Is that really all you got?
I owe
Pretty spectacular, huh? Now that's what I call team.
There we go.
If you won't bow to my demands, I'm afraid you're in for a very hostile takeover.
Yeah, I'm not. Okay, one, can we stop the business puns? But two, I'm not sure if we're being led that this is going to end up being like a fake out, that this isn't an Infinity Stone. He's just found some other like glowing power source that happens to be a stone shape. And then I'm feeling like maybe it's a little too clever for this game. On, go down. There we go.
Burn, baby, burn. Eat elemental energy, loser.
Level up.
Got him.
That was close.
I'm afraid your deal's been canceled, Fisk. No refunds.
Oh, that's a fancy gem. But it isn't one of ours. If you don't want it, Quill, I'd be glad to take it off your hands.
What do you know? Game is clever enough for the fake out.
If that isn't one of your Infinity Stones, then what the hell is it?
Never seen anything like it before. Some sort of isotopic ore, maybe? But without running a few tests,
We can't waste our time on that. Not when the other stones are still out there.
All right. Well, guys, we'll keep going on in the next video. But until then, I want to say, as always, thank you so much for watching. Facebook, Twitter, the website, Minds.com. Links, that stuff is down in the description below. Like, comment, you're not already. Please subscribe to the channel and stay tuned for more next time. Until then, my name's AJ Gills. The Game Channel. I'm out.